How's it going, everyone? And did this little nugget send social media absolutely ablaze over video games and pricing? And that is the idea that there is hope that gaming can shift to a $100 price tag, particularly GTA 6 costing as much as $100 and that shifting other games. Now, I think you guys can already ascertain that it's one thing if GTA 6 is $100, and let's just say if Immortals of Aveum was $100, I think there would be a big difference between the two. Immortals of Aveum did launch at a $70 price tag. That's in line with the majority of games that come out these days, but let's go over it. Analyst Matthew Ball has released his State of Video Gaming in 2025 report, which muses on how the video games industry could change in the forthcoming year. According to the report, there is hope within the video game industry that publisher Take-Two will use the unprecedented excitement around GTA 6 in order to bump up the default price of the game to $100. It's believed that if Take-Two takes this step with GTA 6, a game that'll sell incredibly well regardless of the price, that others could follow suit as well. GTA publisher Take-Two was one of the first to raise the price tag from $60 to $70, so let's talk about it. I don't think this is gonna happen, although if GTA 6 wanted to go with a $100 price tag, I think it would still sell incredibly well. I think that goes without saying. What I do believe will happen is GTA 6 is gonna have a $70 base edition, then there's gonna be, a deluxe edition for $90, maybe bake in some fake early access in there with it, and then maybe an ultimate edition for $110. You cannot use GTA 6 as the trendsetter, which every game should abide by. GTA has not had an entry in 12 years and is one of the most beloved franchises in all of gaming, and generally speaking, you get a lot of content out of the game. GTA 6 being $100, I truly do believe it would still sell incredibly well. At that point, in a vacuum, when you just assess GTA 6, I think in this case, it would be a crazy effect of, oh my god, the game is $100. That means it's gonna have an absurd amount of content because it's that one game that can price itself at $100. If you had an Immortals of Aveum at $100, a Callisto Protocol at $100, a Wild Hearts at $100, that's just not gonna fly. It just will not fly in the larger scale of things. And it should also be noted that it's obvious that developers want to up the price of games, but they see $70 is kind of the ceiling right now. That's why things like fake early access has been introduced. Dynasty Warriors Origins just came out last week. It dropped on January 17th, but you could play 3 days early if you bought the Digital Deluxe Edition. The Digital Deluxe Edition of that game is $20 more expensive, and it is a literal pile of trash. Dynasty Warriors Origins probably is going to be in my contenders for Game of the Year this year. That's how much I like that game. Obviously, we're still very much early on, but I am really enjoying that game, and I think it's fantastic. However, that Digital Deluxe Edition was a pile of trash. However, you can price it at $20 more because of the fake early access, and people will buy it for the fake early access. That idea of FOMO and getting the game as they promote it early when it's really not early. Like, brothers, it's a single player game. The game is done. It's ready to go. Hogwarts Legacy did the same exact thing. Are you gonna tell me with a straight face that the Dark Arts Garrison pack, the pack that came with the deluxe edition, is worth $20? Get out of here. It's because people wanted the early access. That's a way to essentially raise the price of the game by offering you things that were available for free in the past without fundamentally changing that price point that you have to pay to get the game. Nobody wants to be the first to up their games to $80, $90, or $100. But what's kind of a sidestep way of doing it? It's fake early access. That's absolutely one of the things that they do. Sega tried something a little bit different with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, where they baked in New Game Plus into the deluxe edition. We are now taking away things that were available in every standard edition, like New Game Plus, like the ability to play the game at launch date, because do not get it twisted. What's actually happening with fake early access is you're not getting early access. Those that dare to only part with $70 get to play the game a little bit later. That's really what's going on. The game's done, it's ready to go. They're promoting it as early access, but at the end of the day, it's not early access. They want to raise the price point of games, and obviously when you look at Western game development price points, it has exploded. However, I think that is a case of why we greenlighting these games. Who in their right mind thinks that some of these games are going to pop off to this extent? And yes, there's a time where a game can have a significant budget allocated towards it, and then there's a time that it probably isn't a good idea, and gaming is always going to be, game development I should say, is always going to have an inherent level of risk. That risk these days is so much greater because when you're greenlighting a game like Immortals of Aveum that is incredibly expensive, a Callisto Protocol, so on and so forth, and those games don't do well commercially or at the level that was sought after, well then the consequences are so much greater. A game like Concord, Sony invested millions upon millions of dollars into it. When that game is a failure, the consequence is a little bit greater, but in the Sony sense, I would still argue that they're not losing market share. However, for the publishers that they are looking to make a profit on the games themselves and not establish these larger ecosystems like Sony has with PlayStation, you know, having a more expensive title, having fake early access, these are ways that will at least hopefully mitigate some of those risks. But using GTA 6 as a trendsetter, it's an abnormal release. The 99% of games are not going to be as big as GTA 6. And I would even be cautious about other games like Call of Duty adopting a $100 price tag. I think that would be trouble, although Call of Duty is now baked into Game Pass, so on PC and Xbox, it is what it is. But let's just say Assassin's Creed Shadows, for example, base price is $100. Now, that game had a Gold Edition and an Ultimate Edition, and Ubisoft pricing, we've covered that quite a lot, but I think there would be problems with that as well when the base price is $100, because I think some people might think, hey, if it goes to $100, maybe that'll mean no more microtransactions, no more DLC content. Y'all already know that that's not going to be the case. The toothpaste is out of the tube with that one. Microtransactions and DLC content have been so accepted in gaming. Why would publishers look to move away from that? They're not trying to offset revenue, $100 price tag, and then we won't offer microtransactions. No, they're looking to increase revenue at all angles. That's why they're so desperate in getting microtransactions to pop off, and just because a game price point would go up, GTA 6 is going to have a heavy focus on its online play, and they're going to try to make more money, even if it was $100. It would never be, okay, the game's $100, now we'll do the consumer a solid. No more microtransactions, no more paid DLC. It's all baked into the game right out at once. I truly don't believe that would be the case. Or maybe it would be the case for the first little while, and then you would see developers, okay, we need to increase our revenue projections once again. Let's add in expansions, fake early access, and everything like that. I just think the $100 price tag, like, if we get to $100, this is where we get in trouble. $70 is already a lot, and bringing up Dynasty Warriors Origins again, a lot of my friends looked at that game, had interest in the game. The $70 price tag pushed them away. I think as far as games are concerned, $70 is a really expensive price point for a lot of people. Yes, there are people with a lot of disposable income and they can pick up whatever they want, but at the same time, there's people that are going to be a little bit selective, and if it goes from 70 to 100, I think we've jumped the shark at that point. That's way too crazy. And yes, a GTA 6 could get away with it, but I don't even think, you know, like, Last of Us Part 3 for $100. Let's just say, Last of Us is a known IP. For $100, I really do think a lot of people would skip that. Like, that's insanity. If Horizon 3 came out, yeah, it's an open-world action RPG with a lot of content, but $100 I think would push a lot of people away. Like, a $30 price jump is also insanity. Usually they go up by increments of $10, and then they'll do their shenanigans with fake early access. It's another way to kind of raise the price point of a game, but not really raising the price point of the game, if that makes sense. But that'll do it for me. Again, let me know what you guys think. I absolutely do not think it'll happen. I think it would be disastrous for the games industry, and I don't think we can go to a $100 price tag. I think 70 is what we gotta settle at for a while, and I get it, games are expensive, but life is also expensive. Let's not get lost in the fact that life has also become expensive. It's just not gaming, and I think games, it's an entertainment. It's not supposed to be, like, we'll spend money on it, but $100 for a launch day game is insane. I know a lot of you guys wait on sales and whatnot, but still, it would be absolutely insane. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.